viral sensation, a Norwegian video entitled "Hva gjør du om du ser a barn som fryser?" Want me to repeat it? All right. "Hva gjør du om du ser a barn som fryser?" Nobody? All right. While I'm sure we have plenty of native Norwegian speakers with us today, one doesn't even need to know Norwegian to understand this video. It's a mere 2 minutes long. It starts with a young boy without a coat, hat, scarf, or gloves, waiting at a bus stop on a snowy, cold Norwegian winter day. So the young boy has steam coming out of his nostrils and mouth, and steam coming off the top of his head, as he shivers and rubs his bare hands over his arms, covered only in a long-sleeve t-shirt. His ears are red, his lips are blue, his nose is running, and he's shivering. Slowly others come to wait for the bus, and they are shocked that the boy has no coat, no protection from the elements. At first they seem to hesitate to interfere, but the boy is absolutely frozen. Gathered at the bus stop are a grandmother, a young Norwegian woman, an older man and his wife, a skier in a slouchy hat, a teenager, people from all walks of life. First, we see the grandmother take off her scarf, which she turns into a shawl and places around the boy's shoulders. The skier gives the boy his gloves. Another person gives a hat. Coats pile on. And in the end, a young man sits next to the boy, talking and laughing. Himself in short sleeves, as his warm winter parka lays wrapped around the boy's shoulders. The narrator says, "Life is short. Never miss an opportunity to perfect your humanity. Love is all we truly have. It binds us. It makes us who we are." He goes on to surmise that it's not the coat that keeps us warm, but the love. His clarion call is simple, but deeply profound. Be more human. Dare to love. As sophomores in this high school, we study humanities. We ask big questions about the essence of the human existence. We try to give meaning to our experiences and to learn from past generations and civilizations. We find clues to our humanness in history, literature, art, culture, styles of government, and all aspects of discourse. But do we practice what we've learned? Do we attempt to learn what it means to be human and improve on that skill every day? We know that human beings have a great capacity to love, but what does that look like? Well, if you think the ability to love is no teeth, that it doesn't split the atom or build skyscrapers, you're wrong. Yes, it is the language of romance, flowers, and Valentine's Day. It deals in hopes and dreams, and it believes in a kinder, gentler, more just world. But it's not all peace signs and hearts. Love is not passive, it's an active verb. It fights apartheid and fascism, and it found Special Olympics. In February of 2014, it won Olympic gold in a country that still attempts to deny its very existence. It binds families and communities together through illness and the death of loved ones. It helps neighbors tape up windows as protection against impending hurricanes, and it develops a system of microfinance in less developed countries that lifts entire families out of poverty. It carries a personal... and it keeps a coatless, hatless, gloveless boy and those who come to his rescue warm in the frigid Norwegian winter. In fact, it is the only thing that can be endlessly divided and still not diminished. You don't even need to know how to speak Norwegian to understand its ways. Jackie, love is how you finally get over losing airbag when you know you should have won. Woo! No, wait, I'm confused. Only psychotherapy can achieve that. It's what makes B our basketball star, help bring our unified volleyball team to a state and national championship. It is responsible every time one of us helps out a sick or injured classmate, the way Kim and Cece brought me my homework for 3 weeks after a tough break.
Yeah, Kim.
It's what motivated Paul to leave Mrs. Dulac's period 6 math class and wheel me down to World Civ before the bell every day. Well, it's either that or the fact that Paul hadn't done his homework. However, it's not love that filled Rachel's heart when she said yes to a singing clown who asked her to senior prom. That's what's known as pity. And it's not how Shiv found success on the court. That's called a killer backhand. It is what fills Jamie and Maddie's hearts as they search for my runaway dogs, Linus and Lucy, and return them to my house nearly every week since the summer of 5th grade. Love is what warmed Big Haas's heart and led him to lift the ban on dancing within the city limits of Beaumont.
Yeah!
Love is what inspires Topaz to share her incredible outlines and study guides so knuckleheads like Brett and yours truly can pass AP Bio. Love is what inspired Derek to host a charity basketball game from a man who is as great a coach as he is a father. It's what Chris and Heather used to make unbelievable music from black notes on a page. It's what made Brooke and Meredith work so hard to create a beautiful book of memories we can all cherish. It's what propelled Carney's legs forward on a 15-yard tear to clinch the victory against Moses Brown when it was only 30. It's what makes Mrs. Harvey and Mrs. Healy stick by us and believe in us when all rational signs point them in the other direction. And I mean all rational signs. And love is what made my mom, who you probably know as Rosie, sacrifice everything for me and my siblings. And it's what made her honor that sacrifice, even through her battle with cancer. Fights hatred, fear, prejudice, war, and intolerance in all its forms, and conquers its biggest adversary, apathy, on a daily basis. Not pride, or vanity, or greed, or power will get you there. Only love. Yet at times it has the consistency of cotton candy and the fragility of dandelion spores, and sometimes, when you least expect it, it makes you feel like you swallowed a jar full of butterflies. That's the paradox and the power of love. It has been steeped in our education at home and at school. Truly, it has been the cornerstone of our education, no matter the discipline. Because of this, we know there is no abiding knowledge without character, no continuing commerce without morality, no sustainable wealth without work, no lasting politics without principle, and no true pleasure without conscience. In short, there can be no real life without love. No matter how high we reach, or what we can achieve, how great the amount of money we can make, or how much power we can wield, there is no real life without love. To my incredible fellow graduates, the world is before us. Everything we dream of is achievable, and we have big dreams. And if our study of humanities and our own personal experiences has taught us anything, it's that love is the bridge between us and those dreams. The great author Bertrand Russell is quoted as having said, 3 passions govern my life: the search for knowledge, pity for the suffering of mankind, and love. It is the love of knowledge that has urged me to question such things as why the stars shine. It is the love of mankind that has brought pity to my heart when loneliness, poverty, and pain made a mockery of what human life should be. In the end, I suppose it's just love. Love is my passion. Love has guided my life, and that has made my life worth it. But there will be moments in life when we feel isolated, alone, hopeless, and far from love. How do we find our way back? In moments like these, we need not stand on a desk or elevate ourselves in any way to see things more clearly and find our way again. In times of despair and trial, the great American writer and philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson would turn his world upside down by looking through his legs, by stooping down to see what he had missed right under his nose. Often the place to find things that will give our life meaning and bring love to our hearts is close by and underfoot if we'd only look. And Emerson teaches us that love is never about elevating ourselves. It is about bringing ourselves back to the present place and location and finding our common ground. These are the things I wish for each of us as we leave here today, and for all the days that follow, and I hope there will be many. To have those same passions as Mr. Russell, a love of knowledge, a love of mankind, and to be surrounded by and be a part of the physical, mental, and spiritual love that guides life, that gives life its full meaning. And most importantly, to have the ability to find it over and over again
by a slight alteration in perspective, just like Mr. Emerson, whenever you lose sight of it. Someone exquisitely brilliant once said, "Life is either a daring adventure in love or nothing." It has also been said on numerous occasions that the class of 2014 is a bunch of daredevils. So go ahead, I dare you. Dare to love. It has been an honor to share today with you, a greater honor still having shared the past 4 years with you. I wish for each of us everything our hearts desire as we part ways today, having graduated from East Greenwich High School. But mostly, I wish for each of us a life filled with love. Thank you.